Alright guys, so for today's adventure in Norway, we are going to Trolltunga. And if you don't know what Trolltunga is, you've probably seen it on Instagram. It's one of the most Instagram spots in all of Norway. How? I don't know, because it's an 8-long-hour hike, or to like get to the location. And I barely have enough commitment to go off and go do that and take a picture. Jeez. Anyways, so yeah, off to the Trolltunga hike. Should be pretty demanding. My legs are already sore from the Rimstigen hike that I did yesterday, which, by the way, I talked to the locals and they told me that since the Rimstigen is so tall, it has basically its own weather system. So that's why it was raining like crazy when I was up there, but when I dropped down, it was beautiful. Such a pain in the ass. But anyways, should be a good day. Should be a challenging day. And hopefully we get some awesome ass pictures and some drone shots. If it doesn't rain, I'll be taking some drone shots. Alright guys, cue the roll.
Storing up on your summer glow, you went in search of someone else. And I hear your ship is coming in. Your
Alright guys, so we're on the Trolltunga trail. Finally started this. I'm about to go hike for about 8 hours. See how that goes. It's actually pretty well developed. And that makes sense because it's a very touristy area. So, about to go do this for 8 hours. And watch, I get lost. That'd be great. But anyways, let's hit it. Still a hard trail. I found a fucking rainstorm in my jacket, so I had to take it off. Talked to one of the local guys who camped out up front last night. He said last night it snowed on top of the mountain. That kind of sucks. Hopefully that doesn't happen tonight. But we'll see. So I just found a pretty cool composition. You can see here. You see right down below, there's a little thing that sticks out. You get some smooth water, and then obviously amazing background, beautiful clouds. The idea is I just talked to a few hikers that are here, and I asked them just to walk across this little bridge that's out there, and right where they walk there's a reflection that shows their body on it. Well, I'm gonna have them cross there, individually shoot their picture, and then in post I'm going to combine a long exposure that'll last about like a minute and a half. So you'll have the cloud streaking, the water will be completely smooth, and I'll combine the two. Just Photoshop in the hiker, and there's a reflection in the water, and it should be a pretty good photo. So let's do this long exposure real quick. So we got bulb mode. We're going to be going for a minute and a half. We hit f16, ISO 100. We got a 10-stop ND filter in there, and then We got 10-stop ND filter in there, and also a polarizer. Polarizer is set to about halfway. We're at about maybe 120 millimeters right now. All right, let's go ahead and hit this. And that's all. Here's the image. Says only 5 kilometers left. Not bad. Alright guys. Get our first look at the fjord. Tell you what, it looks amazing. What doesn't look amazing in Norway? We get to this top point, I'll show you real quick. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. That's nice. Let's go take a picture. I'm gonna do that. So, thinking I will pull out my 24-70. I really don't think there's any point in doing a long exposure. So I think this is just gonna be a simple handheld shot. Nothing too complex. I'm gonna get a little bit of the foreground just to add some interest. Should be a good picture. Alright, not sure if you guys can hear me over the wind, but let's take this picture. So I'm just gonna hit it with about 50 millimeters. Deciding, it's kind of hard to balance out. You got a super bright sky, a close foreground, and a far away subject. So it's kind of hard to balance out because you need a higher aperture to be able to focus in on both the foreground and the background successfully. Because if not, then it'll just look blurry on one side. And then you gotta also balance out the light difference between the far away subject and the bright sky. Likely part of the subject is illuminated, so that'll help us out a little bit. So right now I'm sitting at 1 1/80th of a second, F11 to keep that subject in. Quick adjustment. I'm gonna do about 45 millimeter. Focusing on the foreground. Hold it. Focusing on the background. I'm gonna go a little bit wider just in case I didn't like that. Focusing on the foreground. Focusing on the background. Now I did that. I focused in on the foreground and the background in order to combine the two in post. So that way I'll ensure that I am getting you guys a good quality picture in the end. Alright, and here's that picture. This place is magical. There is nothing, I'm telling you, nothing like this. You guys need to come to Norway. I don't even say like if you come to Norway, come here. Like you need to just come here. It is gorgeous. Never in my life have I experienced something this pretty. Like Japan. I lived in Japan for a straight over 2 years. I thought it was amazing. It's gorgeous. Architecture, the people, the culture, beautiful. But it doesn't have nothing on this. This is unbelievably beautiful. Two kilometers to go. Alright, definitely on the right track now. Kind of got lost there. I don't know how I got turned around, but she got almost only a kilometer to go. I'm excited. It's gonna be cool. Well, this last kilometer has been super rough. because it's basically where a glacier was, and because of that, it's like super up and down terrain, left and right, going jagged rocks everywhere. It's tough as hell, but we're doing it. Take a look at it though, it's cool. Alright guys, so we made it. Thank God. And it is beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna eat something real quick and then I'm gonna get to taking pictures. I can't wait. I think there's people out there right now. It's basically you go out over here, drop down, push out onto this Trolltunga lip right there. Pretty cool and absolutely beautiful. Alright guys, so this is the composition. Obviously you get the usual Instagram post here. But we are shooting at 1/125th of a second, f11, ISO 100, and we are about 25 millimeters wide, so almost as wide as this lens can go. So I'm going to take a few pictures, make sure I like the composition and everything. So say if the background isn't what I like, I can wait later on until it is, and then I'll Photoshop it in post to make sure I have exactly what I want out of my image. And that's about it. So I'm gonna go set this camera up, make sure everything's all perfect. I'm gonna have a guy take the picture for me, and we're all good. Alright guys, talk about an amazing experience. Walking out onto that potato chip Trolltunga was pretty cool. I always kind of dreamed about being out on that thing. You know, ever since I got into photography, this was like the place to be. You know, to get the beautiful pictures. And I'm here, and it's humbling and it's amazing to feel. I'm so happy to come out here. It's getting late, and it looks like there's storm clouds rolling into the back. So, time to pack up my gear, set up the tent, find a nice Instagrammable spot for my tent, so I can get a few pictures too. And go to sleep, cook some food, go to sleep. That'll be it. Let's go do it. See what we can find. Alright guys, so that was the hike to Trolltunga. Pretty good experience. It was long, It was a long hike. It wasn't that hard of a hike. In recent years, they developed a road that goes up over the hard part, and you get a bus or a van, and they bring you up there. So that way you don't have to do that hard part anymore. So, not so bad anymore. But, I will say it doesn't take away from anything. Coming up here, it's still a challenge. I mean, especially for most people. Anybody that's like physically fit will still be challenged. It's a great hike, and a great reward at the end. It's so beautiful, and this whole place is so beautiful. So, kind of one of those moments in life where you sit back and you're like, wow, like, life is really good. And one of the concerns I had when I was going on this trip alone in Norway and Faroe Islands, is that I had a friend that told me that you travel alone, you're gonna be like, kind of like, not depressed, but you'll like realize things in life, and you'll be upset, and you won't know what to do. And I was kind of worried about that, because I don't think I'm like the best thing in life, but like, there's definitely things that I feel like I could improve on. But so far, if anything, this trip has just made me realize how much I love life, and how much I love my life specifically. Everything is great. I am enjoying everything. I'm taking pictures like never before. I've always wanted to take pictures just like this, within the mountains and everything like that. I've never really been afforded to. But I can tell you right now that I grandly appreciate life right now, and everything that it has to give to us. Like, I am looking at a fjord right now, while my tent sits right next to me. I'm camping on the side of this cliff with a little fire. Someone just whistled. I don't know where it's coming from. Cool. Anyways, grandly love life right now. Couldn't get better. Well, I'm glad you guys joined me on this one. This is a real special one right here. Definitely one of the best adventures I've ever had in my life. It was a good time. But that's it, guys. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you saw what Trolltunga is like, a little bit about what Norway is like. And if you don't know photography, well then, maybe you learned a little bit more about photography today. If you guys like the page, go ahead, like, subscribe, do that whole 5-yard thing, I don't know. You don't have to. I'm just doing this to show people. But yeah, you guys have a good one. I'm just gonna camp on the side of this cliff. See ya.